Hi everyone, it is me, Tess again. Welcome to another Flosstube video. Sorry for being a day late again. Yesterday was a day. I slept in because I was up late Friday night trying to get some stitching in, so I think I just, shot myself in the foot with that one. I stayed up later to get stuff done, but then I also slept in later, so lost my stitching time there. Then I went to the stitching gathering, which is always fun, and not a huge amount of stitching getting done because we love to chat. Then I went to my auntie's house for dinner instead of coming home and filming my floss tube as I was planning, because I'm helping her to make some curtains. So I went to her house, didn't get any stitching done there unfortunately. Helped her make curtains and got home really late again. This morning went to mass, sat on my bed like staring off into nothingness, and realised that I have a video to record and I've got to go back to Auntie Tanya's house to finish off. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to try and stop rambling. Sorry if I'm really fussy down here. I've heat up my hot pack, but without the cover it's quite warm when it starts, so might move that about. But anyway, I'll get into it. Best new things, there are 3 this week. I'm going to cover this to show you, and then I'm going to show you in all its glory. This again is from the McElroy brothers. I mentioned the Taco School of Cooking or whatever it is from the Adventure Zone. This is similar. They're running a Pin of the Month club through DFTBA. I don't think it's records, it's just dftba.com. The other brothers that I've been in love with forever, and the way I found the McElroys. Anyway, they're doing a Pin of the Month club, and the first Pin of the Month was just too perfect for me not to get. So this is a running joke from the Adventure Zone. How am I going to... Abraca you. So if you're easily offended or don't enjoy cursing, look away now. Isn't that just perfect? So if you can tell, it's from, he plays a magician or magic user or something, and they were fighting someone, and yeah, at the end, this is how he won. Abraca you. And it is the best thing I had heard in a long time, and I still enjoy it. It did become a bit of a recurring thing. So yeah, this is from Taco as well. Taco the magician or whatever. So it is a pin. I don't wear pins, but I'm going to see if I can use this as a needle minder. Normally I don't like using needle minders because I can't work with them if the needle doesn't lay flat, but this is obviously very flat, so I've just got to figure out if I can safely remove the back of it, and then I'll put some magnets on it and obviously not take this one to dancing. But it was just so perfect. I was worried about being a completionist and having all of the Pin of the Month clubs, because that's what I do. I still kind of annoyed that I didn't. The second one was Shrimp Heaven Now, which, again, like, they're all their little skits or something to do with them. I love the skit. It wasn't my favourite badge. Luckily, David was a sense of reason and we didn't purchase it. And then the one this month is, like, Cool Baby, which is how they intro the... It's a thing. And I really don't like that pin, so I'm glad that I don't sort of feel that pressure to buy it just because of completionism. So yes, that was brilliant. This was from May, because we're up to July. Are we in July? Yeah, we're in July. So this was May. Yes, it took that long to get to me because Australia. Not going to complain. it made it. That's all we need to worry about. Best thing number 2, completely not expected, but amazing. I was watching Jamie Chalmers' flip through of his X Stitch Mag issue 4 because mine has not arrived yet, and I just wanted to look at it because I want to see what I want to stitch. And oh my god, my moon that I'd done is in there. Like, oh. So I stitched it from last issue, but I stitched it because I loved it, but it's in there, and I'm like, oh my god, something I did. Wow. So that just blew my mind, and so exciting. And best thing number 3. Now, I'm sure this sort of combines a best thing and a shout out. I'm sure everyone already knows of this person anyway, but I'm so excited she is back. Mrs. Milky Bar Stitches? No, Mrs. Milky Bar Kid. I'm sorry, I'm rude. I should know that. She has been on a bit of a hiatus, and she's back. I absolutely adored watching her when I was part of the Flosstube community previously, and she's back. So I'm going to definitely put a link below and on my blog, which should have mentioned at the beginning is going to be a little bit late because, as I said, I've got to leave soon. But yes, you should definitely check her out. She's back. Beautiful stitching. Beautiful woman. Just thank you for coming back. I know you didn't do it for me, but I am super excited and hope you upload pretty regularly and often, and yay, because I totally need another Flosstuber to watch. But yes, they're my best new things. It's been a week, which I'm surprised I found anything best new things, because no, I'm not. I'm trying to see the best in the world, see the best in my life. But it was an eventful week. Found out Monday afternoon that Elise had a TAP exam on Thursday. Super lots of notice because she was obviously sick, so we had missed classes. So there was a stress of having to get her shoes ready because we needed to buy new shoes because I'd just forgotten about it. And then the day of the exam, as we were packing up to go to get there on time, I couldn't find her tights. So the shop that was closest to us didn't open in time. The shop that was open, I was going to be really pushing it to get her there, and I didn't want her stressing. I didn't want... so I ended up taking her to the studio of the mind of, like, you can practice and warm up and I'll run like a chicken with my head cut off to try and get these tights. But luckily I had access to the studio's little shop, so I was able to get those and then pay them back because, cash only, and I never carry cash, but that was a thing. And then the examiner was running early, so I didn't get to give her Ventolin before she started, so I camped outside of the exam room the entire time, just ready with the Ventolin in case her cough got too bad. We made it through the exam, and it's watching week, as it is the last week of every term, and she was doing acro, which already terrifies me. This class is just... it's like gymnastics, so it just scares me to watch because I can just see injuries happening left, right, and center. And it did. She was doing, I think they call it an angel. Her partner was on all fours. She was standing, so that's their sort of bottom. She was standing up here, and she slipped and smashed her head into their tailbone, and she has started crying instantly. She's moved her hands off her mouth. I saw blood. I panicked, have rushed straight over to her, knelt down, tried to see where the injury was. She struggled to stand up because I think she was just so out of it, so I carried her, got her ice and roller, and it wasn't until the adrenaline wore off that I felt my knee. Yeah, I'm hoping I haven't damaged it further, and I've just sort of aggravated it a bit because I am in a bit of pain again, but you don't think of these things when you see your baby get hurt. So it is what it is. If it's not healing or feeling any better within a certain time, I've got to go back and get it checked anyway. So I'll keep an eye on it. Still on seated duties, so it is what it is. As I said, I'm not upset. I did what I had to do, and at the time it was the right thing to do. So eventful week. Didn't get as much stitching done as I would have liked. I'll show you what I've done and then sort of explain why I think that is. Afterwards, I got a glove, the arthritis glove or whatever they're called. I haven't done any more stitching than normal, so I don't understand why my hand has started to give me grief. The only thing I can think of is the cold weather. Because yes, I've been working on the sample stitch. No, I'm not anywhere near where I should be. But as I'm not stitching any more than I normally would, so... But anyway, I got that, and it feels weird, but it kind of also works, so... See how long that lasts. The 12 days of Christmas in July, I lasted 2 days. Mostly because I realised I wasn't getting anything fun done on each of the days. I was getting the border done. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I love borders as much as the next person. I chose to do the borders because I think it looks nice. But having to have the sample stitch done and already taking time off the sample stitch for the 100 Days of Hade, I was frustrated and not nervous, but like it was causing me some anxiety to take time out of them to do this. So I decided to stop. As you can see, I have not gone with the typical red and green that the pattern calls. I will for the inside of the pattern, but on the borders I am using 3820 and, hello my baby, yep, okay, on my ladder, and 680. I just thought they were kind of gold looking. I wanted to bring in some, different colours just to make it a little bit special. And then for the inside and the actual pattern, I've picked 666, Christmas Red, and 699. And I'm debating whether I want to do a border around this one. So this will obviously alternate through the days. And this is 3/1 because that's just what I do. But I'm wondering, and I will have to have a play around, if I do a border around that with these two colours combined. Obviously it'll have to be 2/1 or 4/1 because two colours. But yeah, I'm going to play with that when I have some time. I'm, again, with fairy bubbles for my birthday, I'm not forcing myself into, maintaining something that's just going to cause me stress. There's no point. And then the 100 Days of Hade. I haven't done a lot on this. Like, most days I've literally put in one stitch to maintain the challenge. So here it is, Fingers of God. Day 1 I put in 7 stitches, day 2 3, and every day since I've put in 1 stitch. So there's really no progress whatsoever here. I think it's about here. But you know what? Again, I'm maintaining the challenge, 1 stitch a day, and I can dedicate more time on it when I'm finished my sample stitch, because this has to be my priority, which it hasn't been, unfortunately. I just don't know why it's sort of fallen off, and I don't know why I've slowed down or what's happening. But last time you saw it, I think it was up to about here. So I haven't quite doubled it. So I've got to come down to about here to double where I was. If I'm to get this done on deadline, I think I need to post it on Wednesday. It's still possible. I can still do it. I just need to get my head in the right place, I think. As I slightly alluded to earlier, I just haven't been able to remain focused on stitching. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. My mind can't stay focused, and normally cross-stitching calms my mind. It's not exactly a concern. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going through another manic episode. I just can't keep focused like last night, even though I was exhausted. We got home at like 11 o'clock, and that was after a late night. I was exhausted. I was up until like 3. My mind would not stop, and I'm on very expensive medication that should, stop that from happening. Silver lining, I did actually figure out an issue I've been having, so there's that. But yeah, I think that's why I'm struggling to focus, because I'm bouncing. I can't calm myself with anything I do. I'm just like, oh, this. It's squirrel. Like, I am so easily distracted by anything, and to the point of like, I'm distracted by things that why are you wasting time on this? So I'd sort of understand if I was bouncing between things I wanted to do, but like, I spent an hour watching phone hacks on YouTube, and I don't care about phone hacks. I like the way I use my phone. If I wanted to watch something on YouTube, I have plenty of Flosstubers to watch. I've got Netflix to watch. So that sort of thing where I'm really stupid with what I'm doing with my time, just because I can't focus. So I am going to try and refocus on this. Otherwise, I will contact Annette and, apologise profusely for maybe needing to extend the deadline. But I don't think I should. Like, I should be right. School holidays do start tomorrow, so I'm not sure if that will increase or decrease my productivity with cross-stitching. I'm not at dancing, which is where I get most of my stuff done, but because I'm not actually able to move a lot, maybe I'll get the same amount done at home, plus maybe more, because I won't have to lose time with travel and being distracted by the other mums. So we'll see. As I said, like, this is the only focus. So I don't care if all I get done is this and 1 stitch a day on the Haid and nothing else. Obviously, because it's got to be posted by Wednesday, I won't be able to show on my Flosstube the complete work, but I will take a little video clip before I send it and take some photos and stuff, so you'll see it complete before I send it off. Yeah, so other than that, there's a couple of other things, but not like huge things. I got new scissors to add to the Thursday craziness. One of Elisa's friends had loosened her taps, which she shouldn't have done, and she loosened them too much too. So because my cross-stitching scissors, they weren't the most expensive scissors. I bought them 10 years ago not knowing if I would enjoy it. I kind of very begrudgingly, and like with these help. There are obviously screwdrivers in the studio, but they live in the tap room, which was where the exams were taking place. So I handed over my cross-stitching scissors, and they used them as a screwdriver, and they just got bent out of shape, and there was no fixing them. David tried, but it just didn't work. And then while I was at Lincraft, helping my auntie pick out the fabric for her curtains, I saw this at the register, and like, obviously looks like a little pen, and then opens into scissors. So, like, again, it wasn't expensive. I'd rather spend the money on fabric and supplies and patterns and all of that good stuff than scissors. If it works, I'm happy for it to work. Again, like, I don't begrudge anyone who loves spending on scissors and having a gorgeous pair. Like, they do look gorgeous, but I'm all for functionality when I can spend the rest of my money on goodies. So there's that. The editing I mentioned last week, again, I don't know if it's mania or if it's just me not thinking I'm good enough. I've second guessed every single correction I've made. I need to just get it sent off and hope they still like what I do. Yeah. And then just all of my ideas. I'm not going to bore you with all of them because there are so many. But what I'm most excited about that I guess figured out last night, I think I've mentioned previously that I wanted to do like the shelf hooks to keep my cross-stitching stuff in. So I'm just trying to get a photo which, like, I had this idea a while ago, but this photo really cemented, yes, that's what I want to do. But then I was looking at supplies last night, and the hooks alone would be $400, and that's like from AliExpress, which is a ridiculously cheap place to go. And then I would have to find the pegboard, and I realised that the distance between the holes was actually quite large, so I'd have to get a lot of it. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I didn't actually plan on showing this because there. Yeah, the pegboards, the holes between them are quite large, so would have had to have a lot of it to fit the entire DMC collection. And then I realised that I don't actually need the shelf hooks. I don't need the little raise bit to keep them on. So I'm just going to use nails. I'm going to get a piece of wood. I'm going to paint it. And I'm just going to hammer in some nails. So much cheaper, so much easier. I can space it exactly the way I want to space it, so it's like perfect. Yeah, right. So this is which sort of cemented in my mind. Yeah, Ashley Golden on Stitch Mania has all her beads on little hanging things. Yeah, and it was just like, yes, that's how I want to do it. And I figured out last night that I've got a slightly better way of doing it for me. Again, all of this is for me because I'm very particular about the way I do things because that's who I am. But anyway, I am going to leave it at that. I think it's a slightly shorter video than normal, but I also rambled a lot, so maybe not. I don't know, guys. It is what it is. I'm going to pack up and head to Auntie Tanya's house after editing and uploading this, of course. And I will catch you next week with the finish of the sample stitch and who knows what else. We'll have to wait and see. Bye guys, happy stitching, and I hope the frog stays away.